All right, Scorpio North Node, it is your turn, and we are going to talk about what is going to be happening for the next 3 months for you. North Node in North Node in general is about what the universe is pushing you to accomplish in this lifetime. It is the contract you've made, and it can be something that's very challenging or outside of your comfort zone. So you may have difficulty really reaching the emotional depths, okay, of your soul. You might have real difficulty with that. You also might be challenged by sudden change or any kind of transformation or transient kind of experience. Because they're both fixed signs, Taurus is the opposite sign. That's where your south node is. Scorpio is a fixed water. Taurus is a fixed earth. So Taurus, your south node, is calling to you like a siren song because it's your comfort zone. And I don't know that there is more of a comfort zone than Taurus. Okay, Taurus is all about comfort zone. So this is really a challenge to go towards Scorpio, which is about getting outside of your comfort zone. And there could be some challenges around that. So we're going to take a look at what's going on for you in the next 3 months. North Node in Scorpio. Currently, we have a transit. The North Node itself is transiting through Taurus. And so that means it's in opposition to where you have your North Node. And all that means, like 10 years from now, you'll have your North Node. The North Node will be in Scorpio, so you'll be more comfortable, sort of. But if it's in opposition, the transformation needs to be internal. And what that means is it's not something that you're seeing out in the world. It's really an internal challenge. Okay. So for the past year, you might have been experiencing a challenge about knowing what you really feel, being able to voice that, the fixed signs themselves, because Taurus and Scorpio are fixed signs, that can be troublesome as it relates to change. Okay, even though Scorpio is comfortable with change in general, because this is not your comfort zone, it can feel weird to you. All right, so let's get some advice for you. In the extended, I'll go through each of the houses. All right, so you can kind of match up. Like if you have North Node in Scorpio in the 10th house, it's about your career. That's what the area of your life that will be impacted. If you have North Node, let's say, in your first house, it's about who you are, your brand, who you show yourself to be, your experience, right? Your countenance, your face, your ego, all of that. If it's in the 7th house, it's about relationships. So it can be very hard to access your feelings about relationships with a North Node in Scorpio in the 7th house. So I'll go through those all in the extended. All of these videos, I'm doing one for every North Node placement. You also have the opposite placement as part of this energy. And I've taught North Node mastery classes. If you're interested, there's a link below. I'm also teaching a birth chart mastery ongoing mentorship starting in January, which you can also access below. And it's one of those things where you realize that you're embracing your South Node in such a way that it's causing issues, or that when issues are going on, you go right to embracing that South Node. Sorry, did I say North Node? I meant South Node. People hold on to the South Node. And your South Node is in Taurus, which is about financial stability. It's about your values and what you want to achieve. And Scorpio is much more about what you feel, all right? And that can be disconcerting because a lot of people are like, especially with North Node and Scorpio, they're like, what do you mean? I can't go back. I can't be in that Taurus energy of trying to make myself comfortable. It's actually requiring you to be a little bit uncomfortable because that's how change happens. We can't be comfortable, and change don't usually happen together. People who are really comfortable, why would you want to change, right? And so you usually find the problem happens in the South Node. So there could be some upheaval with money or what your life is all about, right? There could be some upheaval with that. And so the answer is to go toward the Scorpio North Node. That's where you'll find the keys to that. And then your South Node can be reactivated. But you can't reactivate the South Node by embracing it. You've got to go toward the North Node. If you want more, there's a link to my class. Okay, so cleansing waters. Aha, fogged in. Interesting. And the gates of triumph. Success expands in your life. I feel like, look at these two things are about water. Immediately when I thought of fog, I thought of water and rain and, you know, like the Pacific Northwest, cleansing waters. I think of a spa. You know, Scorpio is a water sign. And some of you could feel a little swamped. And going toward more water seems like, oy, but that is where the answer is. And I feel like it has to do with less of a pushing to try and fix it rather than a going with the flow. That's very water sign energy. Taurus doesn't like that all that much. Taurus would rather nail down the details and get things settled, get them anchored. Scorpio North Node is not like that. Scorpio wants you to be more fluid. It wants you to access your secret desires and feelings. It can be things that feel a little foreign to you, a little bit scary, because Scorpio is the ruler of secrets. And these are secrets that you might even keep from yourself. Okay? So the good news here is going with the flow, all of a sudden, things open up. So all that stuff I just said to you, if you were like, I don't really want to do this, I think you just need to float a little bit. Okay? I think you need to let yourself feel about certain things. There could be some buried feelings that you have shoved down in service of money or in service of your desire to make things peaceful or okay for other people. All right? So let's see. I'm going to shuffle again. So let's see where we go here. I do like the gates of triumph there. It's like you kind of need to remember this. You're not going to see it until the gates are flung wide open. So you're not going to feel comfortable until you let yourself feel uncomfortable. If that makes any sense at all to you. I don't know if it will, but I'm trying my best here. Okay. So Emperor underneath. I have this Queen of Cups energy, and I also have this Three of Wands. This is about, and then the Empress showing up too. Emperor, Empress here. I love this. So some of you are wanting to nail down a relationship, get it settled, get it solid, get it hospital corners. We need a date for the wedding. We need a date for us moving in. I need to know. Very practical. And also feeling like you have, there's something about the feeling here about like needing to share more of your feelings, or you needing this person, this emperor, to share feelings with you. Taurus, Libra, Aries, okay? You're needing this person's to share feelings with you. This could be somebody who is in charge. You feel like they might be in control of things. If you're needing to go towards Scorpio, you might have to release the need to be in control. That might be a little challenging. Let's see where we go. So you're showing up as the Knight of Wands, which is like, hey, I want to get this settled. I want to move forward. I don't want to be standing here. The Three of Wands is like, allow, right? Feminine energy of water. Not the practical earth, the feminine energy of water. So there's some fire here. And I do feel like the desire to make things solid can kind of put out another person's fire. All right. So I feel like stepping into more fire, going with the flow, being more inspirational, being more allowing of other people to do their thing is probably something you want to deal with. Yep, there's the Capricorn energy here of like, no. Saturn says no. Saturn says, I need certainty. It's possible that you're running away from certainty. It's possible that you desire more certainty. You might be running away from this person because even though it's certain, there's something about certainty here. Even though it's certain, it feels a little stifling. So that Taurus that has been so reliable, I mean, your South Node is your past life. And these are skill sets that you already have mastered. It's not a challenge to you. The feelings are the challenge, okay? And I see this little sense of like, I don't want to talk about feelings anymore. I want to nail this down. The opportunity, Two of Pentacles, that feels very wishy-washy to me. Not in a water sense, but more of a, and it can feel wishy-washy to you too. That's probably what it is. Feels wishy-washy to you that someone's not, you want to nail something down. This is the situation. You could be the person who wants to bolt from this. Like it's too stable or too solid. Your intuition is to flee. This could be the other person or this could be you. Okay? So the universe is saying, settle down, Nancy. It's time to really put in some time and effort as opposed to running amok. Now, I want to say this to you because your South Node is in Taurus. I've got Virgo and Capricorn here. And this is an energy of something you recognize. I do feel like there's some kind of calling to you that says, go toward more what you recognize, even though you do want the new experience. Your soul is here to activate that new experience. We do have, like I said, this is more of an internal battle. The North Node is transiting. North Node always goes in retrograde, always. It's not a body. It's not a planet or anything. It's a mathematical point, and it's always in retrograde. And so it's like, feels like it could be going against the grain here a little bit of, normally I would really want to nail things down, but I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that. I feel like some pull internally to go with the flow, to do the water thing, even though it's really uncomfortable to me. There's something here that doesn't match up, that doesn't add up. All right. 8 of Wands, how we got here, maybe moving too fast. I think you might have done something very flighty and got yourself trapped in something that does have to do with money. You moved too fast. So what's going on underneath here is an opportunity for something new to show up in your life, but you might already be committed to something else that isn't really working for you. Okay? In the future here, the 4 of Wands, that can be a move, that can be happiness with this person, the Emperor, Empress. In the recent past, oh yes, Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. How you're being shown is the Queen of Pentacles, very on brand here. Temperance, 2 of Swords, and the outcome is the 7 of Cups. I feel like the more you try to make it solid or the more you try to run away, the less clear everything gets. The less clear everything gets. So you made a rash decision here, which is funny because that does feel a little scorpionic to me. You might have other stuff in Scorpio. Even if you might have your sun sign in Scorpio, you might have your moon sign in Scorpio. And if you do, then the North Node isn't quite as daunting because you do have that as part of your other personal planets. I feel like I might be talking to somebody who has more than a little bit of Scorpio in their chart. I feel like you could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, or Libra, who you made a commitment with, a quick commitment, and now it feels like a burden. The devil energy here is like, ugh. What? Ugh? The devil energy here is like, okay, this isn't working for me. The universe is like, stick it out. This is Virgo energy. So this is like, put in the time and effort, right? You gave your word, you said something, you gave your word. But I do think you might want to run away from this and you might go towards moving. I feel like you're going to move. All right. And this Emperor, Empress, this feels to me almost like the right person that's coming in or the right situation. What's here is something that you, on kind of a spur of the moment, which is not really. I mean, Scorpio is not really like that, and Taurus is definitely not like that. But it feels like it was going to be something that was very Taurian, meaning it was going to be very comfortable for me. That's what I wanted. That's why I chose this person or this situation. I was in alignment with my values, just like my South Node in Taurus says I should be. But the values from where? The values from your parents, the values that other people told you. I feel like this is a massive shift in your internal values. Okay, that's how the South Node is going to end up being activated. If you go toward this change, which I believe you will, Eight of Wands is in the next 3 to 8 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks here with the Four of Wands. I feel like there's a decision on the table as to whether I was too rash in making this decision, or I need to move quickly before I get stuck further. Okay, and I think there might be some reasoning to that. Okay. Ten of Wands, there's codependency here. Page of Swords, 10 of Cups, and the Three of Swords. I think there was good intention here. I think that there might be some kind of codependent or some kind, again, it's an internal struggle. It's something that you are working through internally in order to find happiness. And it's sort of like, I don't know where to turn for happiness. And when the North Node is in Taurus and your South Node and the South Node is in Scorpio, your North Node in Scorpio says, I've got to align this with myself. I've got to look inside and says, what makes me happy? What brings me joy? I was operating under somebody else's rules, and that's not okay for me. I think there's still this sense of like, I'm not really sure where to go next. And so there's and I'm not sure what to do. So this is a 3-month look ahead, a 3-month forecast. Let me clarify the Four of Wands. I kind of want to see what the possibilities are. Wow. Judgment, Nine of Swords, Ace of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. There's something new that I don't think, if you're getting out of a situation and out of the frying pan into the fire here, I think when you do get squeezed to move in this direction, I don't think you see how awesome it's going to be. Because when we go toward our North Node, we feel really scared about it, okay? But the Ace of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, it is absolutely going to open up to be exactly the right thing. So you make some kind of rash choice. You kind of get stuck in something. You do your due diligence. You do, the work of what you need to do. You take your time. But honestly, there's a moment in time when you gotta jam. Okay, I feel like you gotta jam, and that feels very out of character, right? Because Taurus is like, I don't jam. I don't move quickly around anything. I am going to determine. I am going to look at all my options. I am going to make a plan, and there might be something that happens that doesn't allow for that. So if you are somebody, that's your Taurus South Node. It's great. It's a good skill set to have. But I feel like part of the learning is learn on the fly. Do stuff on the fly, okay? And it's going toward a happier place. You don't see it yet, though. So you don't know it's a happier place. You don't have the security of knowing. You don't have the guarantee. When I plan a bunch of stuff, I want to be guaranteed. And that's not what's happening here. So the universe is bringing in some opportunities. You've got some choices here. All right. The Temperance card and the Two of Pentacles are choices. You always have choices. That's a little secret that you should know. You always have choices. You may not like them all, but you do always have them. And you can always make another choice. I have someone that I've known for years and years and years who's a Taurus. And if this is your South Node, which is, if you're watching this, North Node in Scorpio, so Taurus is your South Node, and she doesn't like to do anything unless she's written it down first. The universe has pushed her. Those skills come in handy, but the universe has pushed her many times where she's got to think on her feet and make decisions. And boy, does that suck. That doesn't feel good to her. But she has become so much more capable. Because once you do that, once you prove to yourself that you can, that's the karmic mission and path of Scorpio North Node. You proving to yourself that you can do it. And you can. Okay? So I'm going to continue on with this. I'm going to look in the extended. I'll pull cards for each of the houses so you can know what part of your life this may be impacting. Look at your birth chart. Find where your North Node is. Find the house that it's in. And then come back to me here with this North Node in all the houses, and we'll talk more about it. It's always in Scorpio if your North Node's in Scorpio. But you have it maybe in the 10th house, maybe in the 4th house, maybe in the 1st house. So we'll talk through all of that in the extended, and let's figure out a little bit more about this. I know we are activating a little bit of Taurus South Node when we're trying to figure out stuff. So the reading may not let us go there, but let's see. All right. Link is below for you, North Node in Scorpio. I will see you over there. All right. I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.